Hey everybody, Jake here and welcome to the hobby. I just wanted to take today to share with you guys some display pieces and sealed products from my own collection that you've seen on the background on some of my shelves, but I wanted to give you guys a closer look at some of these products and really wanted to tell you guys, why do I collect Pokemon cards? Why do you collect Pokemon cards? And what really is my end goal when it comes to collecting? Do I ever plan on selling off some of my collection? And honestly, a lot of the pieces that you see inside of my collection, the answer is no, I don't ever plan on selling these pieces off. A lot of these I collect because they are display pieces. This is the only Unbroken Bonds booster box inside of my collection. The only purpose that I have of this box is because I think the Tag Team GX sets are really neat. I love them as display pieces. I think they look really cool as a whole entire set, so I have them in the background of my videos. I tell a lot of people that I'm a collector first and an investor second, and that really does ring true. What that really means is that I was going to collect Pokemon cards no matter what. I remember the days when I was collecting $100 Pokemon cards, and that was considered high end. If you buy a Pokemon card for over $100, you were pretty much a pretty high-end collector. Those were the days when a Pikachu promo card was going for $30 PSA 10. Like, Pikachu promo cards, PSA 10s were going for $30. Ungraded copies were going for $10, and pretty much you can find yourself PSA 10 copies of pretty much any Pikachu promos for around $30, $40, $50. And it was really a struggle back then. I was sweating when I was making these $50 purchases. You know, I can say like, oh, these were gonna go up in value. I thought that, but at the same time, I just really want them inside of my collection. Were they gonna go up in value? That didn't really matter. I just wanted them because they were super cool and I was okay spending that money. But those were some really tricky days. Nowadays, spending $200, $300 for a PSA graded card is considered the norm. But yeah, a lot of the cards that I collect inside of my collection are there just because I think they're really neat display pieces. I collect sealed products not because they'll go up in value, but because I want to crack them open later on, and I know that if they're going to get more expensive, then I want to have them now when they're more affordable. And at the same time, sometimes I'll just collect sealed products because they're really cool display pieces. When do I ever plan on selling off my collection? It is a collection, so at the end of the day, I'm willing to sell off pieces, I'm willing to trade pieces so that I can have more pieces added to my own personal collection. And that's pretty much how a lot of collectors will look at it. They'll have multiple pieces inside of their collection, they'll look at pieces that they're not so attached to, and they're willing to let go. This is the 20th anniversary Elite Trainer box. Goes for a pretty penny nowadays, and honestly, it's a really interesting Elite Trainer box. Looks very similar to the 25th anniversary Elite Trainer box. I wish they shifted the design a little bit. Overall, I think that's the best case scenario, is to just hold on to a lot of pieces and just enjoy yourself while you're collecting. Like, understand while you're collecting something. If you're a sealed product collector, don't take that the wrong way. If you enjoy sealed products, so be it. That's something for you. Not everyone enjoys sealed products. I know a lot of people out there who will never have a sealed product inside of their collection. They'll crack it open the very first moment they lay eyes on it, and that's completely fine too. You don't have to collect sealed products. And there's actually a real push in the community right now that is frowning upon sealed products collecting. And I just don't really understand that. If someone wants an Elite Trainer box inside of their collection sealed, so be it. What's the big deal? A lot of people are saying, oh, if you're holding a sealed product for 10 years, you're just a long-term scalper. And I don't understand that logic at all. Scalping is really an opportunistic activity that is current. It is very current. It's all about taking advantage of short supply. And if you're holding something for 10 years, you're not really taking advantage of current short supply. That's so far out that the Pokemon company has 10 years to really catch up to print runs and make sure that everyone who wants a sealed product can get a copy of it. There's two limited resources when it comes to collecting, and that's pretty much time and money. And those things are both in short supply. No matter how rich you are, you're going to be limited in money. Do I have every single item I want inside of my collection? No, I don't. There's plenty of pieces when it comes to Pokemon card collecting that I will pretty much never get a copy of. And that's okay. A lot of it, I'm okay. There's plenty of pieces out there that I would like to have, and I'm okay with the knowledge that I'll never get it, and that's okay with me. For example, a first edition base set booster box. I'll never have it inside of my collection. Do I even want it is the thing. Yes and no. Would it be cool to have a first edition base set booster box inside of my collection? It would be neat, but I don't need it. In fact, I don't even know what I would do with it. What am I supposed to do with a $300,000 booster box? It's so expensive and it's so fragile. I can't properly display it. I can't show it off. I can't even talk about it or hold it inside of my hand. So what's the point of even having it? So those are the pieces that I don't really need. And even for this year, there's plenty of items that I just wasn't able to get yet. For example, the recent Japanese post office collaboration with the Pokemon company came out with some really neat cards, and I have not been able to get a copy of the box yet. I have some on pre-orders, but haven't been able to see one of those shipped to me yet, mainly because it's currently on a lottery system, and that's okay. I don't expect to get every single sealed item that comes out every single year. There's gonna be some moderation. I only collect the pieces that I truly enjoy, and I'm safe in the knowledge knowing that I'm not gonna be able to collect every single item, and that's okay. That's another limited resource, is the amount of space I have. Honestly, I don't know anyone who collects 50, 40 Elite Trainer boxes from any set. That it's just so ridiculous to have a bunch of sealed products, mainly because I don't have the space for it all. Where do you put 40, 50 Elite Trainer boxes? That's so much space that I just do not have readily available. The biggest thing in my collection right now is the scarcity of space. I just moved to a new property and I'm already running out of space to hold all of my collection. And we're planning on doing a lot of renovation. So pretty much I have to let go of some products. Really right now for my collection, I enjoy the display pieces enough that right now I'm really focusing on quality over quantity. Some items I think look really neat on display and I'll probably keep them regardless of price just because I think they're really cool display items. But overall, I'm probably gonna sell off some of my large sealed products item just because it's taking up so much room. I don't know anyone that would ever get like 10 Celebrations Elite Trainer box. That's just ridiculous. Like, you don't need that many. Realistically, how many do you need long term? Probably 2 to 3. Are you really gonna ever have 10? Most people don't realize, but as far as an investment goes, Pokemon is one of those things where you really have to take in strides. It's a very slow, methodical process. If your goal is to buy a bunch of sealed products and sell them all in one go in 10 years, you're gonna have a bad time. It takes a lot of work to sell Pokemon cards. That's why I don't have a Pokemon card business. I just think it would drain all of my enjoyment inside of the hobby. It's a lot of work to sell Pokemon cards. There's so much shipping, handling, customer service. People will complain to you if there's even the slightest scratch on their Pokemon card. I just don't want to deal with it. So right now, I pretty much only sell a couple of sealed products, a couple of graded Pokemon cards, and that's really it. If a card is under $10, I don't even consider selling it. It's just not worth the effort right now. And honestly, in the future, I expect the same. A lot of it is just coming down to so much work, you know. It's not the same as stocks. With stocks, you can press 2 or 3 buttons and you can sell off all of your investments in stocks really easily. It's so fungible. But when it comes to Pokemon cards, even if you have like 50, 40 copies of a very specific card, you can't sell all 40, 50 copies in one go. It just doesn't work that way. And I think that's what a lot of people have recognized. I know some people out there that try to corner the market, if you know what that means. It pretty much means they try to collect every single copy of a very specific card, and it's just not worth it. it's not worth the challenge, and it's not worth the effort that they're putting into it. I don't know why anyone would even try to do that. I'll be honest, I don't think that it's feasible when it comes to Pokemon card collecting. If your goal is to corner the market on a very specific card, there's just too much work involved, and a big part of that is you want copies of that card floating around. People need to be able to collect that card, people need to be able to talk and trade that card for it to really gain value. The biggest reason why first edition Charizard is so popular is because people are constantly talking about it. There's constant sales of it happening. If you're someone who has a copy of every single very specific card and it's never being traded, then no one's going to be excited to really talk about it. You need copies of it floating around. So that's the same way I look about when it comes to Pokemon as a hobby. Is I'm all for as many people talking about the hobby as possible. If there's other YouTubers that are doing conversation pieces like I am, then I'm all for it. If they hate me, if they critique me, I'm totally cool for all of it, because I know that it's good for the hobby, and what's good for the hobby is what's good for me, because I'm in the hobby. Woo woo, way to go me. We actually got a decent hit for once inside of one of these booster packs. Let's do 3 to the front and see what we have on the back. I think it's just a regular VMAX card, but when it comes to Evolving Skies, there's some serious stack hits that we could potentially get. So I'm down for that. There are so many cards that are worth well over $100 when it comes to Evolving Skies. Looks like it's a Leafeon VMAX. Yes, Leafeon VMAX. I think that's my first Leafeon VMAX I've hit. Maybe my second one. So yeah, do I ever plan on selling off my whole entire collection? Never. Most likely what will happen is I'll pass away and my collection will go to my kids. And if you've ever seen the show Antique Roadshow, I expect in 60 years my whole entire collection will end up on Antique Roadshow, because as soon as I pass away, I'm sure my whole entire family is going to be selling off my collection, and they're going to be so surprised by how much it's worth. It's going to be a lot of fun. I do plan on selling off pieces every now and again, because there are more important things in life than Pokemon card collecting, and it could pay for anything. It could pay for a wedding, pay for surgery, pay for my kids' tuition. Who really knows? But if that's your goal, then so be it. Go for it, you know. Who's really to stop you from enjoying what you're doing? It's just a hobby. It's just a bunch of collectible cardboard pieces. I personally don't take the hobby that seriously, so I hope you guys enjoy yourself and you're having a good time when it comes to Pokemon card collecting. Alright everybody, that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy seeing some of the display pieces on the background on my normal videos, as well as hearing me talk, pretty much just having a conversation with you guys heart to heart. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.